All right, all right, all right. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Perfect. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night out there for those of you joining in today on our game event on green gastronomy. I am super excited to be here today, and I have, of course, brought the Acti expert of the one over them all, who is the founder and CEO here at Acti Live. Do you want to wave? Hey, and alongside Live, we actually have a super cool guest today. We have Oscar Block, who is the manager of this bakery called Brød in Copenhagen, and also of Kiosk, which is the super cool, hip kind of place where you can go and you can grade some beers, you can get some nice food. Um, just a really good place to be. Actually, I've already enjoyed it myself once. What's really cool about Oscar being here today is that they actually at Kiosk have some sustainability elements that they've already incorporated and are working really well. So just to mention a little, you're already using seasonal and local food sources only. And you are actually also collaborating with this farm where you are generating these vegetable boxes for locally and seasonal sourced food. So that's really cool. And we're going to get back to that a little bit more once we start playing the game and dig into the subject of green gastronomy. But both of you, welcome, and I'm super excited for today's event. All
Thank
right,
you, Ida.
Tak.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So, a quick agenda of the day. We are going to, of course, do a little bit of a welcome for you guys, and then we're going to explain a little bit about Acti for those of you who don't know who we are or what we do. Then we're going to go into the game and talk a little bit about how you play and the theories involved, but mostly we're going to talk about how you facilitate it, what you can even talk about this game about, and who you can use it with. And then you guys are going to play it. So
Yeah.
that's the agenda. And without further ado, I think we should jump into it. Are you guys ready?
We are so ready.
Perfect. So, Acti, a quick and brief history. Acti is a company of 20 years. We started in a while ago, but then quickly changed into a SaaS company. So we are no longer facilitating these games or going out to companies, but we are creating this awesome platform where you guys get to make these cool games, and we of course help in every way we can. We have over 150 different games and simulations on organizational development and training in many different variations on many different subjects, and more are being added to the platform every day, basically. So that's really cool, and we love to see things being developed in here. We have over 50 theories and methodologies, also something that is basically plug and play. So a growing apertoire of theories is also nice to see on the Acti platform. And lastly, we have 2,500 certified consultants and partners out there in the world doing the good and amazing job that Acti does across so many different industries and so many different levels. So that's just great to see how Acti is being utilized in so many different settings. And just to exemplify, these are a few of the pains that a few of our games addresses. So there are basically, this list is endless, but anything from change management to conflict development to communication, leadership, D&I, innovation. Basically, the sky's the limit to what you want to make your games about. But these are some of our biggest pains that the Acti games solve. And of course, quickly to touch upon the learning space, because we are a platform online here today, but it is also possible to play it physically. That's actually how we started. If you imagine this big Monopoly board basically on the floor that you can kind of watch, you see half of it here behind me, half of the board. Um, And it's a really, really cool way to do it physically, and it's also really cool to do it digitally, but actually combining the two is what we've seen have the biggest successes out there. So if you are interested in hearing more about the physical floorboards, I think you should definitely book a demo or talk to someone in sales, because they'll tell you how they help each other out, the physical and the virtual learning. Today we're going to be playing online, and you guys will be sent a link as soon as we are ready for you guys to start the game. As I said, the game of today is about the green gastronomy, the green kitchen, and in this game you are basically you are the manager of a restaurant, and it is already well established, has a brand, has its own clientele. But you have this new employee who is super into sustainability and would really love to make some changes around the restaurant. And your job is then, of course, to navigate within this pretty set industry in navigating these new waters. So that is the overall objective of the game. And the learning objectives that I think you should pay attention to as you're playing the game is that, of course, you are the owner of the restaurant, and your role is to support Maria and her sustainability activities. But you are, of course, also still in charge of making sure that you have a business that's still running, that's still making some money, that you still have a team that you can kind of work with, and that everybody is not getting super upset with each other and frustrated in the process. So it's therefore, sorry, Leif?
Yeah, I just said, damn, why not just have the fun part?
Yeah, you have to actually think about the team here, Leif.
Yeah. All
right. Yeah, but you of course need to balance these learning objectives however you see fit. And to do so, we have the acceptance model as part of a layer of this game. And I'm pretty sure, Leif, actually, you created this model for this game, if I'm not remembering wrong. So I'm thinking I'm going to tap you in to just quickly explain about it, so people have an idea about what they are playing on the theory level.
Sure. Basically, it's a model we created a couple of years ago at one of our partner days to actually kind of grasp the idea of getting rid of some old behaviors that are supporting a more green and sustainable behavior. And it was developed over a few iterations with a lot of our partners. And the idea was, what if we can come up with an idea, with a model that we can add into any of the games? So any action you make can be mapped into whether you are on one hand doing something more green, and on the other hand and keeping a focus on getting rid of something that are actually working against the agenda of doing something that are more sustainable for the world. But that's like one thing on the left side. So you can either make decisions that are low, medium, or high impact. And the more high they are, the more likely you are also to get rid of the old behaviors, because they are very often conflicting. And that was one of the things that we basically quite fast agreed upon. And then in business environments, you can never get rid of the idea that there is a result that you need to maintain at the same time. So on one hand, you have to think, okay, can we make things more clean? On the other hand, can we also take care of the result? That's basically the idea of the model. So the more you implement behaviors that are more green, the more you will get rid of the old one. And the whole idea is to push this line more to the left. That means the easier or the faster you get rid of the old behavior, the more you will gain result on your new green behavior. So that's the whole idea here.
Perfect. Thank you, Leif. So basically, you have to move people's acceptance, this green line, into where everybody just agrees and accepts that this is the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's all about acceptance. The less acceptance you have, the more problems you're going to have. So the more acceptance you get for your green ideas, the more you will actually gain value faster. So that means the more you get your team onboarded into your idea of changing something, the better it is. And I think that's it can even be applied to any change situation. But in the green area, you have more of a visionary work to do, because you need to get people to understand why you're doing it. But maybe it will make sense. And in the game, you get a profile in the end of the game on whether you have made more green choices or whether you have made more black choices or less green choices would maybe be more accurate to say. But Oscar, does this resonate with you and your work?
For sure. As Ida said earlier, we have a partnership with a farmer called Emil. And what I did in the beginning, it started out with him just standing outside of our shop to sell his vegetables and stuff. And he thought our shop was cool, and we thought he was cool. So we made a partnership with him, and to get the employees on board, I took all the chefs and cooks out to his farm so they could see what he was doing there. So they had an understanding of how it's made, and it's not just some tomatoes from Spain, but everything was locally produced in Denmark. So that's what I did to get the employees on board.
Did you experience that actually moved people to become more acceptance towards? I know that having a shop like yours, that means that people have to carry these goods out of the store every night and out in the morning and in the evening, and they have to maintain it during the day. Did it create more acceptance for that work that is also related to doing such a thing?
For sure, they had to there was some new things that they wasn't used to do, that making them go to the farm made it way easier for them to understand the whole project and to do the new things that they were supposed to do.
Were there anybody who was a little bit hesitant on these changes before seeing the farm, who then saw the farm and then immediately got really excited?
Sure.
Yeah?
Well, it's also money-wise, there's also a big aspect of it that we have to make we have to figure out whether it's going to if it makes sense to spend some extra money on some more local produced stuff, but making them go there, they were all on board, to be honest.
That's super cool. All right. So this is one of the theoretical layers that you guys are going to find in the game that we'll get to. Another one is the Daniel Goleman 6 leadership styles that are very well used here in Acti. And just from your quick story, Oscar, about you going to the farm, I would say that's a pretty visionary leadership style. What do you think, Leif?
Yeah, I agree.
Totally. So I mean, we're not taking anybody out to the farm in the game, but I think it's a great idea to get them to understand through that. Okay, so in a minute, you guys are going to get a link to actually go and play the game. But just before that, I'm going to show you the game board and how you easiest just get going. So when you get a link, you click on it, and this is where you'll get in, and you make a guest name. Continue. You can choose a position. It's not super important for our game event today, but it is a feature that we have for all of our game logins. Then you'll get here to the front page of our game session. And to start, you basically just press the play game button. So super easy to find out. You're going to find some information in texts, and I think this is the intro that I already told you about, a little bit background information. And once you pass that, you kind of get to the chapters where you start to get some dilemmas that you then have to figure out how you move on from. So here we have our first chapter. And this is what the game board looks like. So this is our barometer game board. And as you can see, you sort of have this barometer here signaling where you are. You're in the red or the yellow or the green section. And this will make sense as you play and you make choices, and you'll see how your choices affect both your stakeholders, who are these little bubbles here. That's your team. You have four employees that you need to kind of get on board this idea, and you can click in on them, figure out how they're feeling about your changes so far. And then you basically want all of your stakeholders to be over here in the green section. As well as you want the Christian to be green in 100, of course. But it's not so easy as you might think.
No, it's not. And you might think of the result down there as millions. So the more millions you can make there, you can get up to 100 million if you are, and still you have to keep your stakeholders on the green. So earn millions and keep people happy and get green.
Easiest task in the world, right? Wonder why no more people are millionaires. But I think that's what you need to know to play the game. You continue on the green buttons that you will find after each chapter. But I think without so much more, Mohammed, will you send out the link? Oh, I see it's already there. You guys, the link is in the chat. If you click it, you should be able to get straight into the game.
And Oscar, I'm also clicking in, and Ida will see our choices. But I guess we'll just read to the first chapter. Ida, is that it?
Yeah. So if you guys want to start playing the first chapter, then that would be lovely.
That's what we are doing.
Just so you guys out there who are maybe just listening, not really wanting to play the game, I can just say that the first chapter we have the dilemma that Maria, this new sustainability employee, would actually really like to implement the 5-bin recycling system. And as us in Denmark know, we have a lot of trash bins, but recycling is making a difference. But it was a hassle when we've all had to start incorporating 3 extra bins in our households, our little apartments, and like the bin is basically bigger than the bin area is bigger than the kitchen area in my apartment. It feels trying to sort it. So there are definitely it's not so simple just to add a few extra bins and make sure that people are actually recycling correctly, sorting it correctly, and an incredible amount of frustrations can come up in a situation like this. How are you guys doing live? And Oscar, have you made a choice for the first chapter?
I'm about to make one.
Yes.
I'm just gonna jump to the host view. Here we go.
Okay, I've chosen mine.
What did you choose live?
Oscar, have you chosen yours?
Yes, I have. But
okay, nice.
There we go.
Well, I think we took the same, Oscar.
It looks like you chose the same option. What did you choose?
That we didn't want any violation of the new trash system. And I chose that because it makes sense. If you want to implement it in the kitchen, then everybody has to get on board and understand the importance of it. So that's the reason why I chose that one.
Definitely. So you like no room for I don't really want to do that today. It's just straight up everybody has to follow these rules.
Yeah.
I was actually not thinking about the command. I can see it's a commanding option, but I was also thinking if you implement such a thing, you want to get rid of the old behavior to get the green result as fast as possible, like thinking of the model. So I was thinking I'm simply just going to push it in. If you allow people to throw different things into the garbage bin, you actually are in for a bigger job. I was kind of getting practical on it. So that was my idea. And then I can see the implications of being commanding and not really accepting any influence from colleagues. But that was my idea.
I'm assuming, Oscar, sorry, Leif, you continue.
No. I was just thinking, yeah. So do you see any implications, Oscar, in this?
Any what, sorry?
In choosing, was there any of the 2 other options that would have been we can't see them unfortunately, but
no. Can I go back to see the different options?
But I was see.
There you
I
go.
have them here. It's up to the staff. You will accept that the staff don't follow the new recycling system and do as they are used to.
Yeah.
You can say you will accept that some things might never change, but you encourage the staff to follow orders, and sometimes you will check the garbage.
I think, as Leif also said, in a practical way, and if you want to get them on board, it's way easier to say that you don't want any violation of the new system. And if you accept them to do it sometimes, then I don't think you'll get them on board in the beginning of the whole implementing the system. Yeah.
But neither
I'm
of you
kind
were
of
sort of afraid of the implications of having this very pushy, like this is how we do it now. Like you weren't afraid of resistance?
I wasn't thinking about it, but when I'm thinking about it now, I am.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing what I see on the screen is that nobody in the choice we made, Oscar, moved anyone from red to green. There was no movement at all in this in number 3. We had no movement from, so they are all at the same position. So, yeah. So we got no points for moving people. We would probably have gotten more if we took choice number 2, but let's see.
All right. I think you guys, if you're ready, you can move on to the next chapter.
I'm so ready.
So far you are completely even.
Yeah.
So the second chapter is about how Maria then has this new idea of, like, she's never tired. She's only thinking about sustainability day and night. So every day she's coming to you with new sustainability ideas. So in chapter 2, she's saying that she would actually like to have a larger focus on the menu with vegan and vegetarian food instead of having such a large assortment of different meats. So she's not actually saying that they should remove the meat. She's just asking for some more green options, some vegetarian options, or some vegan options. And I know how, from even just a personal standpoint, how sensitive it can be to talk about vegan food with other people. It, for some reason, it really annoys people to hear about vegans if they are not one themselves. So I'm a little bit interested in hearing what choices you guys made in regards to this this vegetarian vegan menu add-on.
Oscar, do you want to go first?
Yes. I took number 2. That I think that's, as in the beginning of the game, it's saying that you are also a business owner, and it's I think it, as a business point of view, and as an established restaurant, you don't want to throw the whole like branding and stuff like that away. So I would add more like vegan and vegetarian options, and then still have some meat. So I'm this one I'm a bit more into the business point of view instead of pushing only the vegan and vegetarian food.
Yeah, so you're not just thinking about the environmental aspect of only serving vegetables. You are actually remembering you have a brand that you have to kind of cater to. You have a clientele that's already coming back. And of course, losing them would be losing good business.
Yeah.
What
about you, Leif? I see you chose something different.
Yeah, I took again. I went for the no discussion choice. Come with me or off board kind of option. I didn't accept not following because I was also thinking the same thing. I think, but I know also from when we did it here at Acti that it's not an easy thing to go in that direction. It actually does create a lot of resistance, and I'm curious to see if I've moved anyone. Did you move anyone? I actually did. I moved one of the stakeholders.
Did you move any? Way?
Yeah, in a positive way. We must have had a front runner. Can you show the game board? Yeah, this one. Yeah, let's see that one. So I think you can see that. What's her name? The redhead, Clara.
Clara, yeah.
This girl, Clara.
She's she's with me.
She's definitely with you.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she's not with you. She's
with
Oscar.
Oh, okay. Then she's also with me. she's happy with both. Actually, she's. Can you choose? Can you?
I'm choosing you instead.
Yeah, please do, because I think I actually
Here you are.
Here I am.
Okay,
Oh,
she's even
oh,
further in the green now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got her onboarded there for sure.
But you also
But
you still have 2 in the red.
yeah, I
Not
still have
moving.
2 in the red. And who are they? Betty, the boss of all.
It's
She's
Abraham.
thinking, yeah. I think she's thinking like you, the boss of all. She's also business minded. So she has a comment in mind that says you must change your priorities. There is still time. That's what she tells me. So
Okay, so you have to remember to think a little bit more about the business life.
yeah, that's what she's telling me exactly. So let's see. Okay, let's move.
Ready for another one?
Yeah.
So the next chapter. Again, Maria has another idea. She's wonderful in that way. And this time it's about how she feels the restaurant should focus more on sourcing the resources locally. So finding the ingredients that they need at local suppliers or markets instead of buying, vegetables from Spain or Italy when they are not actually really in season back home. So
That's
more local
what
food.
more local food. That's what you have done in Oscar, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. But it's also in a country like Denmark, it's very different to do it like all year round.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
do you do then in the non-harvesting months?
We try to find like the best options. We have some big, not supermarkets, but where like restaurants and companies can go and shop. And if we can get a Danish option, then that's the one we choose. And we also choose the organic option if that's possible. Yeah, so that's how we try to work with it during the winter months. Yeah.
But not limiting yourself completely, saying that if it's not Danish, then we will starve. Like you will
No.
still manage to get the ingredients that you need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That's the business side of it. I like it.
Yeah, it is.
I actually I want to play this. I think because I who's in the lead, I will need to see who's in the lead.
Oh, sorry.
You are.
Am I? Then it's not enough with the right choice sound either.
I'm sorry. Do you want a dance party?
I want a dance party.
Okay.
Saying.
There you
Oscar?
go live.
Yeah.
That was for me.
Yes, I know.
If you're lucky, you will also get one.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. But Ida, what the pictures are really, really nice on the game. The pictures that are added in, they look awesome.
Great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
maybe you can you show those?
I think I can. I'm just going to quickly choose a random choice here so we can move on. If I continue to the next chapter,
Yeah.
they should.
Yeah,
Here we go.
wow. Yeah, they're so awesome.
It's nice with all of the colors, all of the green.
Yeah, it's so nice. You chose those. Okay, so now buying local.
Buying local, chapter 3.
Yeah.
So I'm just clicking ahead here.
Pro local support.
So what did you choose, Live?
I haven't chosen yet. I'm
You
now
haven't chosen yet.
It's very difficult because I'm in the winning position. So I don't want to jeopardize, so I have to think really hard.
All right. I'm going to give you a moment of silence then. So again, we have 3 choice options, and they are sort of following the 3 P's of the acceptance level. How much are you pushing? How much are you accepting in different varieties?
I think I lost. I did a bad choice there. I lost at least some people. I can see that I at least have what's his name, Abraham the cook. He is not happy with me anymore.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Live.
Oh, okay.
You know what
We
this
have
means?
to give. Yeah, it means. And we need one for Oscar too.
Thank you.
There we go.
Okay.
Credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Okay. Which choice did you put you in the lead, Oscar?
I took the third option, and I did it before we started the game. Live explained the skill with green. I don't know what is green. Some
The
green behavior.
acceptance model that he
exactly.
showed in the beginning. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you want to get them on board and want them to have some green behavior, then you should do it in the beginning and then do it like not hardcore, but if you want to get them on board, then you should make a decision. If you can say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I chose that one.
And it looks like it paid off for you. How are your stakeholders doing?
Yeah, much better than mine, I can see.
Nobody in the red. And I see you are actually almost halfway in achieving a green kitchen. So that's not bad with this amount of support. Just gonna see what we are dealing with here with YouLife.
I took number 2. Yeah, I have a problem with Abraham and the boss of all. She's not with me. And I thought I took a boss choice. I was kind of trying to please her in a midway, but I think she was more happy with choice number 1. But I took choice number 2 that was kind of in between business and being forcing the green choice through, but apparently not doing enough.
But you are actually also on 40. Like you are sort of in the same spot in your journey, but your people are very differently positioned.
Yeah, I guess that's why Oscar is also in the lead. He has more people with him than I have. I lost too many now.
There we go. Yeah, and you can see this little purple bubble is Live, and this green bubble is Oscar, and he's definitely a little bit in front of you, Live.
Yeah, damn. Oscar, I hate losing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm the same. So
okay.
I love a competition.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I think we should definitely make sure that we get to the next few chapters to see how exciting this tie could turn out to be. So let's move on to the next question, which is chapter 4. And this chapter is again Maria coming to you with another sustainability suggestion. And now she is suggesting that you change the menu every quarter, actually. So it's a little bit connected to the previous chapter about only wanting to kind of source locally fresh food. And if you change the menu every quarter, of course, you can make it seasonal menus so that the menu that you are presenting is of course also in contact with what are the local resources that are available right now where we are. But of course, what does that mean when you have to change your menu every quarter? And as Oscar said earlier, you already have a brand, you already have a clientele of doing things one way. So it's a big change for a company who is already branded. So I find this one very difficult. Gonna see if you guys have made it there already.
I haven't, but okay, she's suggesting that's kind of hard. How hard is it in a kitchen, Oscar? I really don't know that. How hard is it in a kitchen to have a seasonal menu? How much does that require?
Well, it requires a lot of planning of our head chef. He has to be like a few months before, like he has to make new recipes and all that stuff. Luckily, it's quite easy food that we make. It's sandwiches and stuff like that. So I think it's easier for us to make a new recipe for something. But as a restaurant, I could imagine that it's very tough to change it every third month. Yeah, so it is very tough. It is.
And I would assume that since they've not been doing this from start, like they used to just have one set menu, I'm assuming it's going to be even more difficult to then say, okay, now we're actually going to change it every quarter, instead of then just already being a company who had been changing it every quarter, and someone comes in, right, and starts working there, then that's how it is. But your entire team are used to and comfortable working in the old way. So I find I wouldn't know what to choose in this one, at least.
It's super difficult. I have in a locally, we have this restaurant that's been shifting owners 3 times, but they keep the same waiters and kitchen, and they never succeeded for that reason. Not an argument for firing people, but it just doesn't change enough unless it's really a push. That's my as a customer, you can really see whether it has changed or not have changed, and it's such a. Did you make your choice, Oscar?
No, I need to. No. It's I need to make a choice. I also find this very difficult.
Yeah. I made my choice. Oh, Oscar, I made a nice choice.
Oh no, you put pressure on me now.
I think we can almost have the sound.
I'm ready. I'm hovering.
He can see what I chose.
No,
he's not paying attention to you live. He's too busy.
I just
his own
made
game.
a decision.
Okay, good.
Okay, Leif, do you want to start, since you are very eager about your result?
No, I was just thinking, okay, just from the talk we had, I was thinking such an agenda needs to be pushed through. You can't have any gray areas. If you want this to happen, you have to push it in. That was it creates too much hassle, was my rationale for thinking. What did you think, Oscar?
Yeah, it was the same. I think we chose the same, and it was the same ideas that I had. Unfortunately,
but you still have more people with you, Oscar.
It's good.
Yeah, you do.
You don't have anybody in the red.
No, that's awesome. How am I doing? Who's getting this? Who are we playing the sound for today? In this round?
For this round, I think you get this one live.
Do I? Okay, Oscar, you can have the other one then. Can you play it for Oscar too then?
I will play it for Oscar.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that you're gonna have to up your game a lot live if you wanna catch up with Oscar's stakeholder management.
Yeah. I'm now moving to, what a nice picture on chapter 5. How many chapters are there?
6 chapters.
6
so we
chapters.
are almost through.
Okay, nice.
The next chapter is about actually the culture in the kitchen, about how the rest of the team are getting a little bit frustrated and annoyed at all of these extra changes that Maria has put into process. And they're not really feeling that they are super necessary and not quite understanding the changes. And I think that's not making a super great work culture for the team or for the process or for Maria, who's actually just trying to do what she thinks would be the right thing. So that's a little bit of a different question for you guys now, thinking about the individual.
Okay, so it's actually both about Maria and the topic. It's a difficult one here. I made my decision.
You did?
I did.
So did I.
Okay. I'm going to update your data. Chapter 5. Where are we seeing you?
I think we chose the same again.
Yeah, we probably did.
This one. And this is not the one. There we go. Yes, so you both went with the option 3, I see.
Yeah, we did.
What was the option? Do you remember?
It
Oscar?
was standing behind Maria and explain to the staff that they have to take sustainability seriously. Yeah, and I chose that because if you want to get them on board, you have to explain it to them. Maybe be a bit visionary in a way.
Take them to the farm.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that, or explaining in somewhat other way. Yeah.
Good choice.
It was a good choice. I think so too. That was also my rationale. And there was another thing in my mind was taking out Maria of the equation, not actually discussing Maria, but supporting the agenda that she's getting bashed for, like standing behind the agenda and saying, we have made this decision. This is where we will stand as a company. So that was also my initial thoughts.
Yeah, like moving the focus back on what is it actually we're working for instead of it being a personal vendetta against Maria.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
exactly.
Okay, do you guys want to do the final chapter? So
Yeah,
that we
let's.
can have a real and true leader of the game.
I don't like you saying that.
A real and true leader.
Because that have to be.
You've been a leader for 20 years, Leif. I
and
I
I'm
would
getting.
really hope that it would be you.
Yeah,
But
you
we
would.
will
I would
see.
hope it that too, but I think Oscar is beating me.
The youth of today, huh?
Yeah, youth of today.
All right, and the last chapter is how you then discuss about how you are affecting the brand of the restaurant and how that is kind of changing. Like, should you rebrand or should you stay more true to who you are and your clientele, and that whole discussion about the future.
Yeah. I have a very nice picture.
I'm going to just pick a choice, and I'm going to show the picture on my screen also.
I mean, yeah, it's also a nice picture on the, but I think.
Oh, your
Maria,
results, you mean?
Yeah, Maria is so much with me. She loves me.
Here we go. Chapter 6. Okay, you are closing in on each other.
Damn. Oscar is still beating me. I don't like that.
And
No, I
Oscar
am.
hasn't even made a choice yet.
I just did.
Oscar. Oh my God. Okay, I need a replacement for myself.
But you both took a different choice.
Yeah.
I see.
We did.
So Leif, which choice did you go with?
I went with choice number 2, which means that sure, let's advertise the changes. I was just in for the agenda and make sure that it was a business-wise business decision. But I'm more curious, what did you take, Oscar? What did you go with?
I took the third option. That
Which one was
if you
that?
want to make
Okay,
a big change like that, going vegan and more vegetable, then you also have to let everybody know that. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I took that. But I was very like in between number 2 and the third one.
Yeah.
Because I also see your point of view, that you have a brand and you don't want to like harm the brand. Yeah. So I closed my eyes and took the third one.
I did the same, to be honest.
But you actually have 3 people in the green zone, Oscar, and only one guy in the yellow, and you're on a 86 out of 100 on getting into your goal. So I think this is a pretty nice score.
It
like,
really is.
As long as you don't have anyone in the red, I think you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And if I just find, there you go.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to let you be in charge of these controls.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
you're way more spread out, Leif. You actually don't have any in the yellow, but you have, what was his name? Abraham, the cook.
Yeah, I never got
really not
Abraham.
happy with you.
No, I didn't get him with me.
No.
Pretty annoying.
All right. Well, that was the game. And I think that we can, without a doubt, say that this goes out to Oscar.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think so too.
And then you get this one live.
No.
Better luck next time.
Yeah, better luck next time. I'm kind of curious.
Sorry?
May I ask a question, Ida? Is that okay?
Of course. Go ahead.
I was just thinking, Oscar, when you play this game, is the 6 chapters relevant for your context? Can you relate to it?
For sure. Not in the specific Christians, but in like taking decisions that's affecting different sections of, it could be a chef, it could be the guys who have to, in our shop, the guys who have to, they're standing behind the counter and have to explain some new initiatives. Yeah, so for sure it makes sense, and it's definitely something that I can use, and it makes you think about what addition, what an the choices I make, how it affects the different sections within the company. I can say that. Yeah. So for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to quickly add in that if any of the viewers out there have any questions or thoughts they would like to add after having completed the game themselves, then please add it to the comment, and we'll get to you with your thoughts. And I just wanted to add a quick thing also here about the game, or a little bit of an open question to you two. A thing that I found interesting about this game is that we of course have many change games and leadership games and so on, but this is a game that is really industry specific. Like, this is a kitchen, right? It's a restaurant or a canteen or something. It's really industry specific. So I just find it a little bit interesting to think about, why is it that we chose the kitchen? Is that because that industry is really against change actually? Or is it because the steps that we are taking towards sustainability are actually like they are closing in on the chef's creativity and ability, because all of a sudden there are different types of food they're not allowed to use, there are different types of or sorts that they can't eat at certain times of the year. Like, there is actually a lot of frustration in this when you think about it from like the cook's perspective. Like, you're removing his creativity, you're removing some of his stencils or his paint colors if you're considering cooking an art. And I just think that's, for me, something that I'm resonating in. Like, why is this setting so interesting? Leif, do you have any ideas why we did this?
We did it, yeah. We did it in the kitchen context because we wanted to create a game that was, most of our games are learning-wise targeting more complex situations that you consider as more complex situations in more complex contexts. It's like a change, IT implementation change in a sales organization. So we wanted to find something more relevant for more people and more easy. You can also see that you only have one line of a headline, one line of or more text. The introductions are 2 lines or 3 lines of text. So we wanted to create a game easier to play, much faster to play than a regular game. So that was the idea of the game. And we just thought that the kitchen context and going green in kitchens are happening all the time, even at your household, at your house or home. So it was a relevant thing. I think you could relate it to your family, or some of the issues to your family as well. What happens if you go home and say, we're not going to eat meat anymore? You will probably get the same reactions from 1 or 2 of your members of the house. So that was the idea.
That's right. I hadn't really thought about that, but of course, yeah, this is for everybody.
Yeah. So taking it out. But I was also interested. I don't know, Oscar, if you got to the profile page, but I was kind of gliding down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to this one, and I was kind of thinking, I was interested in. We can also see this in our end, Oscar and I, and it's like, okay, so this is me and Oscar against each other, so we can see
Yes.
that Oscar. No, I'm the comparison. So I actually made more choices, less choices that were creating more acceptance. I had created more choices that were actually reducing resistance. No acceptance. Sorry. Towards right. My area is more green or red. That
Yeah.
means that I've made worse choice for the green agenda than you. So
Yeah, where this one is basically all green.
yeah.
Which is
It's Oscar. It's not all green. She's lying.
almost all green.
Not at all close.
We
No,
need
it
to
is. Sorry,
talk
Oscar.
about your competition skills, live.
Yeah, I agree. Basically, Oscar did create better choices in terms of the green agenda than me. That's what this illustrates.
But would you say then, Oscar, that the fact that you have actually in real life dealt with some of these issues, I mean, not precisely these issues, but you've been in on the subject in the industry before. Do you think that actually prepared you to think a little bit more about what could potentially happen if you chose this because you've experienced something like it?
For sure. Luckily, in the companies that I'm managing, I think like most of the people working there are having the same visual of how that we need to use local produced stuff and stuff like that, seasonal stuff. So for me in real life, it's a bit easier compared to the game because I already have people on board. Yeah, but for sure, yeah.
You could also say, I think in some cases that's really if you are a homogenetic bunch of people, it's probably easier. But there could be someone who doesn't feel the same thing, and it requires actually a lot of talking, and you have to be brave on this agenda because it's a very moral agenda or topic. So that means that you have to be watching out for not making people feel what's it called? Not feeling like they've done something wrong with guilt about if they don't comply with the rules of not eating meat or if they eat meat. I say that from experience here at Axie. It's a really, you have to be very gentle in communicating about those topics because people can go home and eat meat or have a different lifestyle at home where they actually don't really care that much as you do in the workplace. So it's also has these two levels of, one thing is what we do at the workplace, the other thing is what you do in the private section, and sometimes they're not always the same. And you need to have a very trustworthy work environment to have those conversations, in my belief. And nobody can be. It doesn't. If you have somebody who's always shouting at the rest of the colleagues, saying, "Oh, you should not do this," or it becomes a problem to talk about what you actually prefer. And I think it's necessary to have that discussion also as a workplace to make sure that everybody can be accepted. And even though I know, Oscar, you are younger in your company than we are here. Sorry, Ida, but I think generally speaking. So, yeah, nice. Can we see the other one? I'm also interested in the leadership model.
Absolutely. So this was the acceptance model. We have Daniel Goleman here with the leadership styles.
And here we can see I'm the red one. You compare me and Oscar here, and I'm the red one, and Oscar is the yellow one.
Okay, so that would say that you are actually touching on 4 leadership styles. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Oscar, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you are also touching on 4 live.
Yeah, just different ones.
But not the same ones.
No. Interesting.
But you're both commanding.
Yeah.
And pace setting.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually did because we took the same choices in the beginning, Oscar. So that made sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
But then you made a visionary choice live, which is is something I was for sure expecting coming from Oscar, taking people out to the farm. But next time.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can, I'm in doubt whether no. Am I? Can you just shift my name? I just want to make sure that I'm not taking credit for Oscars. Can you change my name to someone else? We just want to see what
Sure.
changes. Yeah. Okay. No. So it's the red
No,
one
it
that
is.
is me. It is the red one that is me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice. I like that. Oscar, you did not take any visionary choice. Just so you know, you should.
Yeah.
You should work on that.
It's because you got all the points. You can't have it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
Very cool. I'm actually a little bit curious, live, when we did do this at the Acti lunch, saying that there's going to be no more meat, that it's going to be vegetarian. I mean, I was here, but I guess I wasn't paying that much attention. Did you actually receive a lot of resistance from our team on that? Like, I mean, that we were a few that joked a lot about it, but did you also receive real resistance?
I think I did from Martin and some others that were for who it meant a lot, and I also remember, but it was always the warm, like you say, we joked a lot about it, but that was also I also consider that as a resistance, but I think it's fair enough. It's taking away something people really like, and it making in the beginning things a lot more difficult in the lunch. We were not used to making green lunch at that time, so everything was new. And also I also remember the Christmas parties where there could be no meat at Acti, so there was a lot of things in play. I'm not in the classical resistant way. Nobody reacted with resistance, but there was notable concerns and discussions, which I think is fair enough. Uh, it's a private matter where the company suddenly decides something. What can I put in my mouth that my work is suddenly limited by some idiot who has a great idea? So I think I'm not sure I'm clear. I think I didn't get the classical resistance, but there was a lot of reactions, which is natural. And of course, you need, and as a leader, I think, Oscar, you also know that I think as a leader, I think everyone at Acti is leaders because you drive your own tasks, you have to negotiate with others. If you are in that position, you will always feel resistance. People will always react to what you think is right or wrong if you make any decisions in your company. So.
Yeah. And I think that goes very well with like saying that this is an already established kitchen, and now we're making these changes. Like this was the company where we were eating meat for lunch before, and now we're not. Like, damn,
no cans and no
damn.
fly, no cars, no nothing. But we are very, very happy.
No more business trips, no nothing.
Exactly. Nice.
But I also feel like it managed to create a culture that was way more placed together here at Acti. Like all of a sudden, it wasn't just a certain few who cared about sustainability and the environment. And I mean, everybody cared, but it wasn't like everybody really, really was into it. Whereas I feel like now our team is we're very Acti now or swim later oriented. That when we're at least at Acti, this is how we are. This is how we feel. So I think it actually brought us way closer together as a team in a way I didn't quite see coming.
No, I agree. It's a thing. I don't know how it is with you, Oscar, but to us, it's always in my mind. I call it a wall of reflection. It's always an argument that we have to go through when we want to make a decision, and it's natural coming. Somebody's raising their hands and saying, "How does this comply to X, 7, Y related to the green?"
Yeah.
So I think our time is almost up, Ida.
Yeah. So I'm just quickly going to jump through some of this information. And as I mentioned, if there are anybody with any questions, please write them in the chat. We have a minute and a half to answer them if you have it. But otherwise, I just want to say that not next week, but the week after, on the 22nd of April, we are going to have our last game event on the sustainability area. at least for this round. Then we're actually moving on to leadership development game events from May onwards. So next time we have a game event, it's going to be on embracing like autism in the workplace, working with someone who is who's a little bit different needs than the rest of a team, but has so much to bring. So that's a super interesting game, and we are hoping to get the co-creator of the game on board, but that's not certain. But we will keep you updated on LinkedIn on that. So if you haven't already, I think you should get a little bit excited about this event. I think it's going to be really, really, really insightful. No questions have popped up, so I think I would just like to really say thank you to of course you, Leif, but especially to you, Oscar, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend some time with us and actually shine a little bit of light on what it's like to be like this in the real life.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Oscar, for taking the time out of a busy schedule. We really appreciate it.
Definitely. And of course, thank you, Leif, for playing with us. Unfortunately, you didn't win. I also don't think you won last time, but that's also a sensitive subject.
Why get into details? But thank you, Ida, back, and thank you to Mohammed for he's the guy behind us.
Getting everything to work.
Yeah.
But in that case, no more questions. I think we will just say thank you for a lovely hour and have a great morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are in the world. And join us next time for a neurodivergent game. You will find us on LinkedIn. All right.